Welcome to Marshal Matters, your podcast for all things motorsports from the trackside. With Sean and Taylor, your friendly local marshals.
You watched any of Drive to Survive?
I only saw the clip that was Christian Horner leaving and him reading him and Toto's message exchange.
Okay, I haven't seen anything.
That's the only thing I see. I do not care at all for Drive to Survive.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't for a few seasons, like now.
Yeah, it's just like, it hasn't even been on my mind. I think like at some point over the weekend, your mom said something about Drive to Survive, like the new season, and like somebody who doesn't look good. And I'm like, does anybody anymore? And I'm like, I don't know. I just haven't watched it, and I don't know if I will.
Yeah, because my dad was talking about it too to me on the weekend. He said Lawson looks like an asshole.
Okay.
So maybe that's what it was.
All though.
I mean, they all do. They're all top athletes. Find me a good top athlete.
Yeah. Yeah, who isn't like, who doesn't have like some sort of ego.
Exactly. So, but yeah, we're not really too interested in Drive to Survive, unfortunately. It used to be great, but yeah, I think that's a great thing. It's like, it's now entertainment for our parents.
Yeah. It's a new I guess it's a different type of reality TV that isn't dating.
Yeah, I mean, that's all reality TV is nowadays, is either dating shows or sports behind the scenes.
True. Dating, housewives, sports.
Yeah, pretty
reality
much.
TV things.
So this is a good point to jump off and talk about, I guess, the F1 season that starts this weekend. After a long off season, not really. We are back with some brand new regulations and a season full of question marks.
Chaos.
I think chaos is a good way to put it.
Yep.
So, let's talk about it. 2026 F1 starts this weekend in Australia.
Will it though?
What I mean, for some teams it might not.
For some teams it might not.
We'll talk about that thing later. But overall, what are you expecting out of this F1 season?
I think overall it's gonna be. We're gonna have another tight season, which I think is like good for a number of reasons. I think we're gonna see a lot of movement in car development mid-season, where I think there will be almost like a flip. Like some teams I think will stagnate in their development and come out probably really hot, looking at you, Ferrari, and then stagnate a little bit throughout the season, where I think they're going to lose momentum. However, I expect some chaos. At this point, I feel like we were promised some chaos by Gasly, so I want it.
Interesting. So,
but like safe chaos.
So you're thinking
nobody die.
But based on the regs, it's going to be more chaotic in the terms of the points championship. Like, I could see individual races being a little chaotic with an extra team on the grid. We now got 22 cars. But I feel for the championship this year, it's not going to be chaotic.
Interesting.
I actually will predict that this season might be boring in terms of a championship.
Okay. Why?
I'm looking at a lot of like the other rule changes, especially when it comes to an engine change as well. And I think you're going to have basically two competing camps in this season. And we'll get to it when we get to our team predictions. But I think you're going to have one side that may have done a really good job on the engine but poorly on a car. And another side that may have done really well in the car but not as well in the engine. And what that difference is going to make over the season, I am curious to see.
Okay. I mean, have to see. It's so hard to know. Like, testing doesn't tell us anything. We can't read into it. We know
No.
this. But I do think we're going to learn a lot in the first Grand Prix of the season. But I'm so intrigued to see how the regulations are going to play out on track.
I think the development war over the season is going to be the best part. But I don't think it's going to pay dividends to a fan until next year. Like, you're going to see a lot of teams trying things, bringing new parts, bringing new pieces, building, I guess, their knowledge of these regulations and what they can do. And then next year, I think teams will take that knowledge and make it a lot closer. So this season, I'm not necessarily too stoked about for a good championship fight, but I think next season we can see it. Also, that's my entire hopium of that. I'm already hoping for next season because Aston Martin has already given up.
Aston Martin has already crushed your dreams.
So what was the one thing I sent you when that car left the garage?
It better not be crap.
I said, if this car is shit, I will cry. I'm going to cry. So.
Yeah. Not good news for the Aston Martin coming out.
No.
Ahead of the first Grand Prix of the weekend.
Yeah, and we can get into that. So, any other thoughts on the season as a whole? Anything you're excited for? Anything you're worried about?
Worried that Lando Norris will become world champion again.
Ooh, interesting.
Because I think that he is going to go into the season with a massive head atop his shoulders. I am part of the camp that doesn't think that Lando deserved it because McLaren manufactured a lot of situations that benefited him over Piastri for the sake of Lando winning.
Rules. Yep.
Papaya bullshit. So I am worried about that whole situation again, and that Oscar would get screwed again by the team. Because I think that Oscar is a much better driver than Lando. So, and I think he deserves it. If there's any driver that should be prioritized, I think it should be Oscar. So, excited to see Hamilton's second year with Ferrari, because it sounds like they've done a lot of work on the off season. But I think that, reading Hamilton's kind of reflections on last year, it seems like there was just a lot going on. I mean, it was a massive change for him to be a part of a brand new team, leaving Mercedes, which had been his team for 10 years, over 10 years. So there's a lot of growing pains with that. So I'm excited to see the bounce back season. So who knows? We will see. But I'm not going to overall hope that Ferrari is going to win the constructors, because I can't be Delulu anymore.
That is fair.
I have to leave that behind.
I'm excited for this season, again, mostly for the development battle. I think that's going to be very interesting, and F1 has done a very good job of explaining development battles over the years. Back when I was really I would say, not when I was a fan, but looking back even 10 years ago, no one was really talking about aerodynamic upgrades and what cars were bringing to different tracks, and I think F1 and fans are way more aware of it now. So to follow that race throughout the season will be fun. My worry is the actual on-track racing will suck.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm hoping with extra cars it's more entertaining, but I do not know how 22 cars will look versus 20 of these regs. So we shall see.
We shall see. Okay, so do you want to move on to some team predictions where we think the teams are going to end up?
I think that's a great place to start. And I think we should start from the back with 11th first.
Okay. All right. What do you got? Your
Cadillac.
first up. Yeah, they suck. They do not look good whatsoever.
I'm surprised you're not sure from me for not picking Aston Martin.
I don't, but okay. But here's the thing, though. I don't think Cadillac doesn't have the experience coming in necessarily of
Yeah.
like what an F1 season looks like and the points of the season in which you develop your car. Aston Martin, yes, they have problems right now. Yes, there's that whole situation going into the first Grand Prix of the weekend. However, they still have Adrian Newey.
And they have a lot of veteran F1 talent.
Correct. So I feel like it might not be good now. It might not be where they want it. I don't see this as like Aston Martin's going to end up on the bottom.
And that is exactly
Cadillac.
how I feel. I think by the end of the season, they will be a midfield team. I think to start, they're going to be last. But it's not where you start, it's where you finish. So
Exactly.
And with an extra team on the grid, it's going to be that much harder to get into the points.
And be a bigger fight. Do you want to like you go do 11 and I'll do 11?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
So my 11 is Cadillac. What's your 11?
Yeah, mine is also Cadillac.
Okay. Same kind of thought,
I have
right?
absolutely no faith whatsoever. Okay. And
I'm going to go V-Carb.
ooh, okay. Why?
Red Bull Powertrains is new.
True.
We don't know necessarily how they're going to be. Also thinking Williams could take a step. Haas could be better. Audi is looking stronger. A lot of teams, I think, could be moving on up and really pushing these new regulations over the last little while. V-Carb, we know, is just the junior Red Bull, and they will. I don't know if they will be as good. So I'm going to say V-Carb 10. That is my prediction. That might be a really bold one for this.
Interesting. Okay.
But again, I'm thinking it's harder to get points. I can see other teams getting points, and I can see them. This is my prediction. Really, it's like Cadillac's gonna have no points. V-Carb might get 1, maybe 2. It's gonna be that much harder this year, and we don't necessarily know how good reliability is. Like we saw in testing, the only car that had reliability problems was Honda.
Yeah.
And it's the driver lineup too.
Lawson and Lindblad?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's a little bold to put them at 10, but like I see what you're saying.
So that's my bold prediction there. Who do you have for 10? I'm assuming.
I think I'm going to go with Alpine on this one.
Interesting.
Because I don't know. I don't, their performance was so terrible last season. It was terrible. So
But
it's
they
hard
have
for
Mercedes engines now, is my thought.
Sure, they might have Mercedes engines, but new season, like new regulations, new engine, questionable leadership. I don't know. Like Flavio is a hard guy to deal with. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I just don't.
Valid.
Based on, I just haven't seen enough, I guess, of Alpine to believe in their
ability
to break kind of into the midfield.
True. I think my biggest holdup with them is, again, seeing how they are with Mercedes engines. They no longer have to worry about having their own engine, which apparently was their only issue before. If they had better engines, they would have been better, allegedly. So, yeah, now it's kind of, are they going to be that team, or can they actually find something with a better power unit? They picked a good one to go with. So for me, for my number 9 on the grid, now I'll go Aston Martin.
Okay, so you're still putting them pretty low.
Yes.
Mm. Mm.
I think by the time they figure it out in the season and are competitive, again, harder to score. It's gonna be harder to score points and too little, too late.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, this is like, it feels like my predictions are gonna get bolder and bolder. Okay, number 9 for me is gonna be Cody.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I mean, let's think about it. Stake F1 last year, which is what they've turned into.
Yep.
Yeah. So it had a few good showings here and there, mostly towards the end of the season. They struggled off the bat a little bit last season. So I don't know. Again, like, new regulations, we don't know how that's going to translate. And to be honest, I want to put them low because I absolutely hate their livery so much. So some of it's out of spite.
Okay, I think that's fair. I'm going to go for my 8th pick, Alpine.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, same kind of thoughts as you, is that I don't necessarily know if they are there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I will go Alpine 8.
Okay. So here's where we like start differing a lot. I'm going to say 8. I'm going to put V-Carb here.
The fact that you don't have the green team is alarming to me. I want the hope that you have.
I don't know, man. I just think that they're going to probably figure it out sooner than later. Because at the end of the day, right, when you think about the cars that Adrian Newey has been a part of, he knows what he's doing. And we know the issue is the engine. So Honda's having issues. They're going to figure it out. Like, Red Bull was a Honda powered car for a long time. So they're going to figure it out.
No, that's true. And also, like, they, like, again, there's so we'll save the Aston Martin talk for a little bit later.
Yeah.
For the news of that. But, yeah. V-Carb.
V-Carb at 8. I feel like of the ones that are left, that makes the most sense. Would be V-Carb at 8. I think they're going to be okay. They're not going to be great. But they'll be all right. They might get a few points here and there.
Interesting. Okay. This is where I'm probably going to start pissing off fans, I'm thinking.
Oh, no.
My 7 pick. Starts with the W.
No.
Williams at 7.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, no. That makes me sad. I think they're going to take a step back?
I think, I'm not necessarily take a step back. I'm thinking other people will step forward.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Who's your 7?
Aston Martin. Now
Okay.
I'm putting Aston Martin here. So it's not like crazy. It's not like I'm going to say they're going to be the best of the rest. But I think that they figure it out in time for at least them to climb up kind of in like the middle of the pack, where it's not too bad for them.
Okay. Valid.
Yeah.
Okay. My sixth. Audi.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Okay.
They actually had a good year last year. They're building on that. They got more budget. I'm actually kind of excited for Audi in terms of what they can do. Hate the car. Hate the look of the car.
So
but
ugly.
I think
But
that
anyway.
car will surprise people this year.
Okay. I mean, all right. Okay, number 6 for me, I'm going with Haas.
Okay.
Because Ocon, I remember his comments. I think he kind of was talking about, it seems like there are going to be some teams that are behind, including them. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes for them, but I don't think that they're necessarily going to be the best of the rest. I think that we know who I think that's going to be, but yeah, I think they're just still one step below.
Interesting. Okay. Because for me, for 5, I'm putting Haas.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have actually a good season. I could see this being also a really good year for Behrman. You know, maybe a breakout year for Ollie.
Be great.
He's 20, maybe gets a podium here and there, scores something big. I would say Haas. I like that driver lineup, Ocon and Behrman. They're gritty. They always are. And I think this season, with development being such a thing, that's a team that always tries to, I think, work hard despite its small numbers. So again, we kind of have a very similar mid here, and obviously you're 5.
5 is Williams for me. I still think that they're going to be best of the rest, and I think that Sainz is going to come back and have a great year. I think he struggled a bit being in a totally different car. So I think it's going to be a good season for him.
Obviously, we're still assuming it's going to be the Formula A of the top 4 and the Formula B of the rest.
Correct.
No one's breaking into that top 4 anytime soon.
No.
I think it's very interesting that I think where our biggest divergence in what we have is V-Carb and Aston Martin.
Mm-hmm.
I think where we are putting those cars, I have them a little further back. You put Audi and Alpine there instead. We're pretty much understanding that like 5 to 7 or 5 to 8 really can go any way.
Yeah.
And
it really just depends.
Assuming the big four, that only leaves 2 spots in the points for, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars?
Mm-hmm.
14 cars fighting for 2 spots. The midfield is going to be fun this year for that reason.
Yeah. I think we'll see some really good battles on. Like, I know that your prediction is like it might be boring on track, but I do think that we're going to see some really good battles on track.
Oh, no.
Especially in that midfield.
I think the off-track battle is going to be awesome this year. Like, I truthfully think this is going to be a season like 2014, like 15, like 16. Like, the seasons that were so boring in F1, they needed to create Drive to Survive. We forget how bad those seasons were before the show happened. And you needed the show to show these stories to keep people entertained. Then F1 got great. So that's kind of my thinking. It's like, we might have a boring battle on track, but I think the off-track stuff is going to be fascinating.
Probably. Okay, what's your number 4?
My number 4, you have to say Red Bull.
Yeah.
Are you the same?
Put Red Bull. Yeah, I was gonna put Red Bull the same. Honestly, because they're being powered by Ford, and Ford found on road dead. I do not believe that this is going to do anything good for them. Will they have pace? Probably, because they're still Red Bull. They still have like great development.
But then is it just gonna be a max car and Isaac gets fucked over? Probably.
It's always tuned to max, right? Like, we know that this car is always tuned to max. Yeah. So unfortunately, unless Isaac drives a similar way, we don't know. Don't know until we know. I worry for him, to be honest, but we'll see what happens.
Yep. Number 3. Let's see if we go through. Let's see how accurate our predictions here. We're matching the first one. Number 3, I have McLaren.
Oh yeah, me too.
Okay. So we are really much in the same kind of mindset here.
We really are matching. I do wonder though if we're gonna have the same 1 and 2. This is gonna be interesting.
It will be. So you're saying also McLaren third, and I think nothing against McLaren. I just think that Ferrari and Mercedes might be the touch above them.
Yes, agreed. I think that they've figured something out just that step more.
Yeah.
And I do wonder if some of the in-team politics will start to show. Like, I think last season it might have been a little bit easier, and like, okay, it was Oscar's like second year, but now that Lando has won, I wonder if team tensions. Dude, don't do this to me.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not putting in our group doc the letter of the car in second place. I don't know. Continue what you're saying. The team tensions. No, keep going.
Yeah, the team tensions. I don't know. I feel like there's some wild stuff that's gonna happen between Piastri and Norris this year. So
I think that, and I also feel like McLaren will be fighting themselves and Max. That's kind of how I see the hierarchy going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very fair. Okay, let's move on to 2.
I have Mercedes.
I can't believe you're doing this to me.
Who do you have for number 2?
Dude, I can't be delusional. I have Ferrari.
You have Ferrari. Okay, so my Ferrari is number 1 and your Mercedes number 1. Okay, let's talk about it. Why do you think Mercedes will win this year then?
Because I've been bitten too many times. That's why.
Okay,
I've been bitten too many times, and I don't want to be disappointed again.
I don't think it's a bad choice. Again, we know Mercedes is fast. They have the engine trick. They are looking great.
Yeah. It could be a toss-up. It honestly could be a toss-up between the two.
Yeah.
But why do you choose Ferrari?
This is my asterisk beside the Ferrari at this time. If they run the flipping rear wing, like the rear wing that flips upside down,
yeah,
I think that is a massive advantage.
Yeah, it could be.
I think that
but you know that teams are going to be on that to like deem it illegal immediately.
100%. But at the same time, it's written in the rules to be legal. So this is the can of worms the FIA opened up by having movable aerodynamic devices again. So
sucks to suck.
Exactly. So I'm hoping that rear wing is legal. And for years, we've talked about Ferrari as a team who seems to always be trying to look for a loophole to win. Mm-hmm. I think they finally found one. And it's going to be that loophole on that stupid rear wing, which is going to actually give them an advantage to win.
Okay, I so want to be on that train with you. I really do. I think I've just been bitten so many times by being like delusional about Ferrari's success that I'm like so hesitant. But you know, deep down, I want this.
No, I agree. But also on top of the Ferrari Mercedes, okay, let's say the cars are pretty well matched, maybe track dependent, give or take, between Mercedes and Ferrari. Who do you trust beating who on a weekend? George or Kimi? Who beats who? You'd expect George?
George beats Kimi.
Yeah. George or Leclerc?
Leclerc.
George or Hamilton?
Hamilton.
So I'm giving my advantage also to the drivers. Again,
that's fair.
That's why I just think Ferrari, like, Lewis seems happy.
Mm-hmm.
He was not happy last year.
No.
And this car has Lewis DNA in it, but he helped develop this last year. So, man, I'm getting that Ferrari hype train going. I'm hoping for him.
All right, then I'm gonna hop on board with that. I won't change my prediction because I can't.
Because you don't want to get hurt.
No, because I don't want to get hurt. But at the end of the season, I will be happily wrong. Ferrari wins.
That's fair.
I'll be happily wrong. Okay, so let's move to driver predictions. We're only gonna do the top 6 because there's way too many.
I think that's 100%. See, is it a bad omen? I predict Ferrari, and then a black cat shows up. Ooh. That may not be good.
We'll talk about it later.
Well,
all right.
I'll go put him down. Don't worry. On the ground. On the ground. Just to clarify.
Okay, number 6 for you, Sean. Who do you think is going to be 6 overall?
Okay, I gotta start from number 1 to think. Kimi Antonelli.
Okay. Me? That was very quick. I like it. 6. Really have to think here because there's so many drivers. I'm gonna go with George.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna go with George. All right, number 5.
My 5 is going to be Max Verstappen.
Okay, Max Verstappen. All right. Okay. My number 5, purely out of spite, Lando Norris.
My number 4 is Lando Norris.
Oh, hold on. I screwed up.
Why'd you screw up?
No, I didn't.
You're all good.
Okay. Number 4, Piastri.
Interesting. See, I don't have him in the top 6.
Interesting. Okay. I think he's going to do better than Lando. All right, number 3.
Lewis Hamilton.
Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Lewis Hamilton. I'm going Max Verstappen here.
Okay.
Okay. Number 2.
George Russell.
You. Oh, dude. Ugh.
I am giving you all the Delulu today.
Okay, I'm going. Now's my Delulu time.
You're going Leclerc second.
Mm-hmm.
I will one up your Delulu, and I'm going to put Leclerc number 1.
I love that. Absolutely love that.
It is the year of the horse.
As a Charles fan.
It's the year of the horse, right? He got married. He is having... It's a great year for him. So I think...
I will be happy to be wrong. If this is right, again, I will be happy to be wrong, but I'm going to just to put it out there, his 8th championship, Lewis Hamilton.
This cat is just a pain in the ass, honestly.
He just wants
I
to be
put him
loved.
down and he hops right back up. So I'm just going to hold on to him.
He just wants to be loved. Look at those eyes.
There's not a thought behind them.
Yes, there is. Okay.
So anyway, that's our predictions. I think that is equal to Lulu. I like how you've gone Ferrari drivers, but Mercedes winning the constructors. Interesting.
You know what? To be honest,
you leaned into the
yeah.
Delulu?
This makes no sense, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to make sense between the two. I'm going off of vibes now. I think
I broke you.
You brought out my you brought out my inner Delulu.
I got you on the hype train. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's all we kind of got for F1 2026 season predictions. We'll see how these turn out. And now to go on to this weekend's racing, because there was a lot of it and there's a lot to talk about.
Yes. So this weekend racing, we had two races. Like we had the Indycar, and NASCAR. Both very interesting results.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not in St. Pete, but NASCAR Trucks was also at St. Pete, and Hinchcliffe.
That was a really fun race.
Was it? Okay, I didn't get to watch it. Again, like moving this weekend, so I didn't get to watch much. However,
I tried to watch as much as I could. Trucks were really fun. Trucks at St. Pete was great. Yeah, Hinchcliffe rocked the moniker Jimmy Hinch. So that's a new one.
Okay, Jimmy Hinch.
I think his wife had a Jimmy Hinch t-shirt and stuff. So anyway, that was fun. That was a good race.
Such a NASCAR brand for him.
I know. The commentary, that was pretty fun too. Who was it now? Because they had like a mix F1. I think they had Townsend in the booth. So it's kind of fun to get an IndyCar guy in the NASCAR booth and stuff like that. So
interesting.
That weekend was great. The mix between NASCAR and IndyCar for that, and I'm excited for this weekend because we get more of that actually.
Ooh, okay.
And we'll cut to that in a minute. But yeah, and in the IndyCar race was a good race, and in the end, Alex Palou still finds a way because he pulled a massive undercut in the first stop, went a couple laps longer, and just fucking gapped everyone and was gone. And even with like
this guy's insane.
Even with other like cautions and stuff, he still pulled like I think it was a 16-second lap or second advantage. He was gone. It was nuts. So Alex Palou, way to go. And then
congratulations.
Well, that's not even the crazier thing. Now you go over to NASCAR side.
This is crazy.
We got a road course, and everyone's probably thinking, "Oh, SVG's gonna win." I know, I fucking thought that, and so did my money. No, SVG comes in second. Oh, okay, so we at least got a new winner this week in NASCAR. No, Tyler Reddick wins again.
What did they do to that 2311 car?
Were they actually nerfing 2311 last year because of the lawsuit, and now they actually just let him run?
Maybe.
Like, it is... Listen, my Ginger Short King, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, you've been a Tyler Reddick guy for so long. Like,
yes.
You have always been a fan of his. But this is incredible. Like, this is a feat.
He could win again this weekend. So Tyler Reddick is the first guy ever in like the modern era of NASCAR to win the first 3 opening races to a season.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That
and like
is.
Last year, you'd be like, oh, like maybe Reddick could be up there.
And
apparently,
now we don't have playoffs, and he's like, oh, I can actually fight for a championship the entire season. I'm going to do that.
I love that. Maybe there was some shady stuff going on with the lawsuit.
Definitely was.
But that's incredible. I guess we'll wait and see if he continues. Is it going to be 4 in a row?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to get it this weekend. But
where are they?
Yeah, Phoenix. We got Phoenix this weekend. NASCAR and IndyCar at Phoenix.
Right.
So anyway, this weekend though, fantastic, and I want to turn that talk into my first flag of the week, which is a green flag to all the series. I'm giving it to NASCAR, to IndyCar, and to IMSA, because the level of cooperation right now between the series. So St. Pete had NASCAR, the trucks, IndyCar obviously, Road to Indy and all that stuff. And don't forget the Mazda MX-5s also race there. So it's some IMSA collab as well. That's great. And then on the NASCAR side, you had Cota this weekend, which you had NASCAR at Cup Series, the fucking something. What's the O'Reilly? It's like the. I hate looking at it online because it comes up as no apps.
No apps?
NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Part Series. I hate the new thing for that. I liked when it was simple. So anyway, the O'Reilly series now. I keep not used to that. They were at Cota, but also you had IMSA there with the Pilot Challenge. Sorry, not Pilot Challenge, the VP Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So again, racing together. And this weekend coming up, we got NASCAR and IndyCar sharing Phoenix.
Right.
So like, I just love that all of the series right now are cooperating in a way that I think they're finally understanding. Oh, let's just try to get all race fans to like all of us.
Yeah. It's so nice to see them cooperate. I love that green flag. I really do.
Yeah. So, and I'm excited for this weekend. I want to see what's going to happen. Who is in the booth for one race? Who's in the booth for another? They're going to do interviews of watching one and watching the other because they're all going to be at the same track. Like, that is such an event. Like, you don't understand NASCAR and IndyCar sharing a track for a weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Is insane.
No, it is. It's insane.
And the fact that for IndyCar, I only have to wait a week, actually 6 days, for the next race. I'm not waiting a month. This is amazing. I am so happy. Man, nothing in the world right now could ruin this. Wait, never mind.
Okay. So
Sorry,
back onto another green flag to kind of keep the spirit of positivity. Leo Leclerc. Did you see the photo at their wedding?
Of him in his little tuxedo?
Yeah, him in his little tuxedo. That was so cute.
And, like, smiling.
Charles
It was a great
Leclerc
photo.
got married in a civil ceremony. Love to see it. Normalize civil ceremonies. But Leo being in a little tuxedo is just the best thing in the world. It is so adorable. I loved it so much. That's my green flag of the week.
No, I think that's fair.
Okay, so we have the same yellow flag.
Okay. So our yellow flags are both Aston Martin?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm worried about them because, like, it's not a good look to be like, we're going to run the absolute minimum.
Well, let's explain what the rumor is as of this week is that Aston Martin is going to show up this weekend in Australia, run the minimum amount of practice laps it needs to, run the minimum qualifying lap, and then take the grid and then take a lap and then retire the car.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think they're going to take the formation lap and retire the car.
Mm-hmm. They're going to do the absolute bare minimum and then retire the car. I think they know that they are behind. They know they are not where they want to be. And I think that they probably do not want to risk getting into crash or something going wrong where the damage that they have to do, like the damage they have to fix, will stall development even further.
Possibly, yeah. Or, hear me out, okay?
Oh,
Aston Martin is doing this as a 4D chess move so that practice sessions, they're going to break down 15 minutes into the first practice session. Then the other car is going to break down 15 minutes at the end, cause 2 long delays. And it's going to happen every single practice session. Aston Martin's going to go out and just break down to the track so teams cannot collect data on their cars. It is an Adrian Newey 5D chess play to make teams not have data to develop their cars. Meanwhile, he's secretly developing his. Now, is this too Delulu?
Okay, you know the meme of Charlie Day
With the board?
with all of the board
Yes.
and the red strings? That is you right now. This is
Listen,
the biggest conspiracy theory I've ever heard.
100%. I need to cope somehow because this car sucks. But in the end, I understand why they're doing it. I get it. They are behind. Run what you can. Get through the motions. It's going to be a long season. Yeah. You know you're not fighting for points this weekend.
Yeah, so don't risk more damage.
Yeah, save your stuff. Save your budget.
Mm-hmm.
And run later in the year.
Yeah, and just watch the race. Watch what other teams have done.
Yeah.
See what you can learn. Okay. Well, shall we go to our last flags? Do you want to start with yours or shall I start with my new one?
I'll do my black flag, which is to myself this week.
Okay.
As you pointed out before the show, for my Delulu of Aston Martin, and as we just talked about, yeah, it probably makes sense that I had such high hope, so I should give myself a little bit of a kick in the ass for that. But the reason I really had my black flag on myself is not for believing in Aston Martin, but for not believing in Alex Palou. Why the fuck did I think going into this IndyCar weekend anything would be different? I'm like, oh, I think I bet on like Grosjean getting a podium. I thought it was going to be quite an exciting race. Fuck no. First turn, the fucking chuckle fucks fuck it out in a corner. Way to go. And then the guy I predicted last week for when we were talking about it, Dixon loses a tire. So I'm not happy watching this because everything I have is wrong. And then Palou takes off and wins. And I'm like, why did I doubt that? Why didn't I think that was going to happen?
I think because we wanted something different. We wanted a different product this year because nobody likes to watch dominance.
No, I love it because he is the best fucking driver in the world.
Okay, hold on though. This is one race. Now, when we come back to this after race 21 and Alex Palou has won 18 of them, that's a high number.
There's only 18 races in the year, and he'll probably win 8 of them.
I thought I'm getting confused with the F1 schedule. Anyway, regardless, Alex Palou will have won a bunch of them, right? Last year, when we were talking about IndyCar, we commented on how dominance in hindsight is fantastic, but dominance in the moment is boring to watch. It's not a good product. So we'll return to this in
here's the word
2 months' time.
Last year he started off hot. He had a great year. Then towards the end of the season, he kind of fell off. Looking back, man, he was dealing with all that lawsuit stuff and litigation with McLaren. Now that he's in a clear headspace and clearly better, he might win the whole fucking season.
Possibly.
If he wins at Phoenix, I will lose it.
Fair enough.
I will literally make sure they give him the trophy now.
Yeah, fair.
So that's my black flag on myself for never believing in Palou or doubting his ability, because clearly I was Delulu.
That is very fair. Similar in the IndyCar vein, I'm giving another new flag this week, the blue flag to Mick Schumacher, and that's blue for my tears because he DNF'd the first race that he raced in for IndyCar, and that made me sad. I was really hopeful for him. But it's one race of the season, and it's his first season in IndyCar, so it's a massive switch. He got screwed. Yes,
he had nowhere to go.
He didn't. So it is what it is. I'm still sad about it, but here's hoping for the rest of the season. But that is my blue flag of the week.
That's fair. Anyway, so final thing to talk about this week is some news of the week. We got a couple things to talk about. One, in cheerful news, WEC had to cancel its season opener in Qatar. I think it was due to weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, raining missiles is not a good place to run a race in. To be fair, F1 ran in Saudi Arabia after it was drone striked a kilometer away during a practice session. Remember that? Do you remember that?
Of course I remember that, because F1 wants the money. The money.
F1's in fucking Bahrain and Saudi Arabia in a month.
Yep.
They're not running those races.
Well, and some of the teams have to go through the Middle East to get to Australia.
Yep. They might actually have to go the other way. They may have to go to North America.
Possibly.
Honestly, the whole Middle East shit show is hilarious to the motorsports world right now because of how much money the Middle East has put into motorsports.
Yeah, and it's just on fire.
So here's a question. If they attack, let's say, Bahrain circuit, and they blow out a section of, say, seats for the race. This is before the race, obviously. Would my ticket for that seat count if the seat's blown up?
Do they refund it?
I don't know. Do I have to go sit in a crater?
Oh. Still offer a good view.
Would still be the second smallest fireball at Bahrain Circuit. Look on the bright sides.
Look on the bright side. Oh boy.
And then the final bit of news is Alex Tagliani is launching Tag 1 Motorsports. This is literally just specific to us and CTMP racing. So he is launching a 6-car Radical Cup team.
Which is crazy. 6 cars is insane to have in one class.
And they're all brand new.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically we'll just be seeing like a line of Tag 1 Motorsport cars winning in Radical Cup.
He didn't win last year. So what I think he is doing with these, reading the article, so they don't have drivers decided yet.
Right.
I think they're going heavily into driver development for these things, but also I think gentleman drivers as well. And they're doing this also in conjunction with like their esports kind of thing that Tagliani
that's fun.
So I think they're gonna get. I'm gonna bet 2 of the 6 seats are for sim racers.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Hello, is this your foray into motorsports?
Oh me?
Are you gonna become a driver?
Oh hey, what about Peter? Talk to Peter. Maybe he can get in the ride.
No.
Yes.
No.
Why not?
No.
No. He can spend the money.
No.
He has nothing else to spend it on. Not you.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
But anyway, I think that's cool because we had a lot of questions of how the strength of that field this year because we saw a bunch of the cars for sale that ran in that series last year.
Yeah. So there were some concerns going into this year of like how many radicals we were going to get.
I'm thinking now it might be a really strong field.
Mm-hmm.
And we know they split their things of like based on age, right? If you're over a certain age or in like the master's class or whatever.
Yeah.
If you're over 50 or whatever. So
yeah, I think so.
How old's Tagliani?
Something like that.
Because I know he raced in it last year, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And apparently he loved racing in it so much that's why he wants to go into it.
I love that though.
Yeah. Because he raced it because they were doing a race, I think it was at Trois Rivières, and he wanted to do that. So then he raced the Radicals last year and was like, oh, these are fun as hell. I want a team.
I want a whole team.
He is 53, by the way, so I think he qualifies for the Masters class.
Really?
He might have I don't know. I don't know how their class system works. It could also be license dependent.
Possibly.
So
I honestly have no idea.
It's a fun series. It really is.
I just watch them. You know, I show up. I marshal them.
The only issue with Radicals at CTMP is one turn. It's turn 3. They never have an issue anywhere on the course except turn 3. Or turn 1 if they break down and pull off to the side.
Yeah, true. True.
But if they're going to go off, it's turn 3 because they overcook it, hit the grass, and just go straight.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for this season for CTMP for us marshalling. So I think it's a positive for us to end on, especially for us personally.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we'll be back next week. Thank you for listening to Marshal Matters. If you enjoyed the show, remember to leave a rating and a comment, and also follow so you don't miss an episode. And don't forget, if you want to get involved in motorsports, the easiest way to do so is by marshalling at your local track. Join our cult.